Okay, it's about 2 minutes after. Lee, if you want to go ahead and get us started, we can go ahead and jump into our call.
Line muted. Line unmuted.
All right, Matt, you're still there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just want to make sure I unmute you before I start the recording.
Sure, no problem. Yeah, I'm here.
Conference recording started.
Good morning, everybody. This is Matt McRae with Chelsea Insurance Group. It is August 21st, 2017, and this is our weekly agent conference call / live stream. We are live streaming on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. We are on Periscope and YouTube as well. We do this call on a weekly basis with our agents. And what we do on these calls is typically we just talk, have a few announcements at the beginning of the call, and then we get into a specific topic each week. And each week our topics are related to how you can increase your income and your sales through training or whatever the topic is. We do that on a weekly basis. Every week we start off with some announcements. So this week's announcements, I just wanted to refresh everybody's on our current contest that we're having. Now this is a cash winner contest. Every application that you get issued and submit through Chelsea Insurance Group. Now, you don't have to submit it directly through our agency. Now, if you want us to scrub it, you're more than welcome to. But you can send every business that you send to the carriers between now and September 9th. We're going to have a drawing. So every application that you submit, your name gets in the hat one time. So if you've got 10 apps between now and September 9th, you're going to have 10 chances to win. Your name could be drawn all 3 times where you could win $1,000. Now, the first name drawn out is going to win $500, the second name $300, and the third name $200. So keep helping as many clients and customers as you can. Get your name in that hat as much as possible. We have okay, so yeah, last week we talked about carrier incentive trips. So, that was a great call. A lot of agents weren't even aware that there's carrier trips each year. They didn't know what the qualifications were. So last week we went over that. And this week, what I wanted to... Oh, wait, before we get into this week's topic, another thing that we do, that we talk about, is our average annual premium. So this is out of every policy that we write, this life policy. This includes the grandchildren's, the children's, the regular final expense plans. We just combine it all into one, and what we do is we take all of the policies that we've sold, what their annual premium is, and divide it by the number of policies. So far for the month to date for August, our average annual premium is $859.12, which breaks down to $71.59 per month. And our average for the year to date is $857.30, and that's $71.44 per month. So, when we compare that to a lot of other agencies that we're talking to and agents that are coming to us, they're telling us that a lot of times that the average premium they're writing is only $50 per month. Well, we're pulling in an average of $71 per month, and I believe that a lot of that has to do with the tools, the presentations. There's a specific sheet in there that shows you how much a funeral is going to be, and just educating our agents on asking for higher premiums. If you ask for higher premiums, you're going to end up getting higher premiums. Higher premiums means higher commissions. So this week's idea to increase sales is you need to have, and we talk about this one a lot, you need to have a consistent flow of leads. So I did this over the weekend while I was trying to figure out what we were going to talk about today. I said, you know what, let's show the agents how they can work their numbers backwards. So what I mean by that is what you want to do, what I want each one of you to do is figure out how much do you want to make on a weekly basis. And when you get that number, we're going to just start doing some calculations with that number. So a very popular number, agents want to make 6 figures. So that comes down to $2,000 a week. So if you want to make $2,000 a week, and I'm doing this based on advance commissions too, so which is a 9-month advance. So we're going to do our calculations based on that. The 10th, 11th, and 12th month, that's just bonuses, or they are going to cover the chargebacks, the policy cancellations. So for this, you're going to take 2,000 and you're going to take your calculator and you're going to divide it by 0.75. And the number that it gives you is going to be the premium that you need to write, or I'm sorry, it's just divided by 0.75. So let's do this, 2,000 divided by 0.75. And that brings down to what your premium is for the 9 months. Now, if you're at 100% commission level, you can leave that number alone. Otherwise, you need to divide it by whatever your commission level is. So right now, we've got 2,667. And let's say that we're on an 80% commission schedule. We're going to take that 2,667, we're going to divide it by 0.8 because we make 80% commission. That tells us that 3,333.75, that's the amount of premium that we need to sell on a weekly basis to be advanced and to make $2,000 a week in commissions. So we're going to continue going down this, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take that number and we're going to divide it by the average annual premium, because we're trying to find out how many sales you need to make and then how many leads that you need. So if you need to do $3,333 on a weekly basis, the average premium that we do, we just talked about this, it's about $858. So we'll divide that by 858, and that's 3.88 policies you need to sell on a weekly basis. Let's round that up to 4. So if you take, now you've got how many policies you need to write. And 4, let me tell you, agents write 4 policies in a day. You only need to write 4 policies a day at an 80% commission. If your average premium is $858, that's all you need to write, and you're making 6 figures. So let's take that 4 sales and divide it by your average closing ratio. Every agent has a different closing ratio based on the type of leads that they're using, based on their skills, their drive, how good they are at selling, how good they are at setting appointments, getting in the door, sitting at the kitchen table. You should always know what your closing percentage is on your leads. But let's go with 15%. So for every lead that you get, you close 15%. So we're going to take that 4 sales that you need, and we're going to divide it by 0.15. And that gives us a number of 27 leads on a weekly that we need to have. So how many leads are you getting now? Work your numbers out and figure out where you need to be, what kind of numbers that you need to have. Everybody, you've got commission levels, you have closing percentages, you have different types of leads, and we're going to talk about the different types of leads here in a minute. But one thing that you know now that you have this number is how many leads you need on a weekly basis. So what are you going to do to get those leads? If you're on the free lead program, you're earning leads. If you're not on the free lead program and you're buying leads, then you need to. That's how many leads you need on a weekly basis. I encourage you to get on a weekly recurring system where it's just automatically coming out of your bank account every week. You don't even have to think about placing an order. It just automatically happens. And we can handle that for you here. Just let us know. Matt, Alan, Lee, whoever, Kaylee, whoever you're talking to here, let us know that you want to go on a recurring order. You know how many leads you need. You want to do this. And believe me, we've got many agents that are already set up doing this. So let's talk about the different types of leads. We've got telemarketed leads. here's some information about telemarketed leads. They're lower cost, fast turnaround, lower quality typically, and they are limited when you're looking at long term. So you can't base your whole business off of telemarketing leads, because unless you're doing telesales or something crazy and you can operate in many different states or whatever. But if you're working face-to-face sales in your local territory, it's too hard to keep telemarketed leads in your hand on a consistent basis. So it's very important that you use other types of leads. And one of those other types of leads is direct mail. We use 4 different vendors for our direct mail. Now, a direct mail lead is going to be more expensive. It's going to take longer for it to get to you from the time that you order it, but it's going to be a higher quality lead. It's a higher quality lead because somebody is sitting there, they actually get something in the mail, and they have to make a conscious decision to actually fill that form out and walk it back out to their mailbox and put it in the mail. With the direct mail, you can also do a more targeted area. And what I mean by more targeted area, you can narrow it down to the specific zip code or zip codes that you want to work in. You don't have to provide 2 or 3 or 4 counties. You can now work a targeted zip code. Once you've mailed that entire zip code, now you can move on to another zip code and then another zip code, or sometimes you need to provide a couple of zip codes, but just depends on your area. So, that's really what I wanted to talk about today, and I know that this is a short call. We're not finished yet because I think Lee has a couple of announcements too. One other thing that I wanted to talk about before we go into Lee with her announcement is we have this service that we make available to all of our agents, and we call it our 911 service. And our 911 service is basically what you do is you text 911 either to my cell phone, Lee's cell phone, or Alan's cell phone when you're in a house and you need help closing a deal. A lot of agents don't know that we offer this support, this type of support. If you're in a house and you're stuck, you're not sure what direction you should take. If you need help running a different quote, or you've got somebody that's taking some medications and you're not sure what's the best carrier and you can't find it on your what carrier to use sheet, you're just stuck. You need some help. Shoot Lee or Alan or myself a text, 911, wait a couple minutes, and we're going to return that call to you. Now, the one thing that we do ask about this service is only use it in an emergency. We all have phones here at the office where if you just need to get in touch with us for something basic, you're not in a house, it's not urgent that you talk to us right now, call us. We typically answer the phone. If we don't answer the phone, leave a message. Leave a message. That way we know you called and we can return your call. But if you are in the house, feel free to give us a 911 text and we'll turn around and call you. Now, don't 911 text all 3 of us. Text one of us at a time. And, I'd start with Lee and then go to Alan and then come to Matt. Lee and Alan, they know it all. So text and then we'll be good. We'll call you right back. If you don't get a return call within about 5 minutes, go ahead and text the next one of us. We're all working all the time, so we'll make sure that we call you right away. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Lee, I know you had some stuff that you wanted to mention too, something about Mutual of Omaha.
Yes, thanks, Matt. Mutual of Omaha sent out an email. They have that newsletter that they send out every week. It's the Express that you can sign up for and get emails from them. But the application for Living Promise and Children's Whole Life is the same, but the bank information page is different. They're going to now offer flexible payment options. So you're going to have the ability to choose the first, second, third, or fourth Wednesday, or actually this is kind of interesting. I haven't seen another carrier do this. They can choose the last Friday of every month or the first Monday of every month. So you can pick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and whichever week. So it's a little bit different. That started with the Living Promise applications Friday, and the Children's Whole Life applications will be updated this coming Friday. They will be, you can still use the old one if you have those. They're not going to be turning them down, but eventually they're probably going to put a cutoff date on those old applications. So you may want to get supply orders in if you write Mutual of Omaha quite a bit, just so you have the new forms.
Excellent. Thank you, Lee. So make sure if you guys are writing Mutual of Omaha, you're getting the new form, because there's some pretty cool EFT features that you can now use to help make sure that the payments are, the money's going to be in the person's bank, especially if they're on Social Security. So thank you for bringing that to everybody's attention, Lee. Alan, do you have anything you wanted to discuss today? Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, so, hey, it is Solar Eclipse Day. So if you haven't, where'd my glasses go? I don't know. I got my glasses. So if you guys don't have glasses and you're going to be outside and you want to see the solar eclipse later today, make sure that you don't look directly at it. You can always use your phone, and you can record it on if you have a smartphone, you can record it on your phone and then watch it later. Or if you hold your phone up at the right angle and you look, instead of don't look at the sun, look at the screen on your phone. I understand that is safe as well. But don't look directly into the sun. We want to save all of your eyes so you can sell more insurance and keep your eyes healthy. But it is a pretty cool event. It's going to be happening all across the country today in many of the states. So you can watch the solar eclipse, and we'll be back here next week. Talk to you then. Thanks. Have a great week.